SpaceX's Starship program is set to shake up Florida's skies in ways most travelers probably haven't considered. Imagine this. Your flight from Miami to Tampa could suddenly face a 2-hour delay because a rocket just launched from Kennedy Space Center. The FAA is warning that these massive Starship-Super Heavy missions could disrupt commercial aviation with reroutes and ground stops lasting up to 4 hours, impacting hundreds of flights daily. But here's where it gets tricky. This isn't just about rockets. It's a clash between space exploration and the realities of modern air travel. The FAA is currently reviewing SpaceX's proposal to conduct up to 44 Starship launches and landings annually from Launch Complex 39A. These operations would create temporary hazard zones in the sky, forcing airports like Tampa, Orlando, Miami, and Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood to halt flights temporarily. John Tiliakos, COO of Tampa International Airport, made it clear during a recent FAA meeting. There's a real risk to commercial aviation here. The FAA needs a solid plan to minimize this disruption. SpaceX argues these missions are crucial for its future Mars ambitions, but critics wonder if the cost to everyday travelers is being fairly weighed. During an open public meeting, the FAA shared detailed maps showing how Starship's ascent, re-entry, and landing phases could create massive no-fly zones. For example, a single launch might cause a 40-minute to 2-hour delay, affecting 133 to 400 flights during peak hours. Re-entry and landing phases could disrupt 400 to 600 flights with similar delays. Orlando International Airport, ranked 9th busiest in the U.S., is particularly vulnerable, followed closely by Miami, 10th, and Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood, 18th. These delays aren't just inconvenient. They could ripple across the entire air traffic network. And this is the part most people miss. SpaceX isn't starting from scratch. The company already plans to increase Falcon 9 launches from 50 to 120 per year at Cape Canaveral. While those rockets create smaller hazard zones, the FAA's environmental assessment claims they'll have no significant impact. But aviation experts are skeptical. Steve Jangelis of the Airline Pilots Association, ALPA, argues that SpaceX's for-profit model could unfairly burden other businesses by forcing airlines to burn more fuel, extend flight times, and emit extra carbon to avoid rocket-related closures. He's demanding transparency about past Starship test failures, like the March 2025 mid-air explosion that caused delays across Florida. The FAA's 410-page environmental impact statement promises to minimize disruption through real-time communication systems and dynamic scheduling. But can these strategies truly compensate for the scale of Starship's operations? Greg Donovan of Melbourne Orlando International Airport, MLB, claims his airport hasn't faced issues, partly because of its coastal location and less congested airspace. Yet he acknowledges that Central Florida's major hubs, Tampa and Orlando, lack this luxury. MLB has enjoyed smooth operations since the shuttle days, he said, but others aren't so lucky. So here's the big question. Should the public bear the cost of space exploration through flight delays and higher airline expenses? Or is this a necessary trade-off for humanity's next giant leap? SpaceX insists Starship is the key to interplanetary travel, but as launch cadence increases, the FAA's balancing act between innovation and safety will come under intense scrutiny. What do you think? Should space companies be allowed to reshape air traffic for the sake of progress?